Hey, what's up? This is Givenchy Royal, straight out of Florida. You already know what it is.
What's up? It's Que Rasheed from Gainesville, Georgia.
We checking in on Industry's Most Wanted podcast with TampaMystic.
Barely see a way or a path open. Told to see the world through a cage focus. Frozen over hell, but the sun's showing. Talking don't prevail, but the flame floating. All I ever felt was the rain falling. Shivering and walking through the burnt targets. Niggas talking.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. What? Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. Listen, we got Florida and Georgia in the building today. It's my homie, Givenchy Royal, known him for a long time, and he got a special guest check-in with him today. So thank you guys both for being here today. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Let's talk to you.
Nah, facts. And we got a lot to discuss today. You know, you got some new ventures that are en route, and that's going to help some independent artists out there. But before we do that, just give them a brief history of yourself.
Ooh, man. I started off as an artist. Was an artist for years, and moved around as an independent artist. Had a couple of deals. Just working, grinding like everybody else, and it formulated a lot of relationships. You've been one of those,
yes.
Right? For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure y'all done heard before, but if you don't know, she was actually my manager before.
That's right.
So after you were managing me, it kind of got me into management.
Yeah, I love it.
And then I created my own management company, and then managed a few artists and things of that nature, and just been pretty much kind of putting myself in position to work with different independent artists or major artists. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm also a songwriter too, so just being in certain rooms and being able to move. But now we're just trying to curate something very special for independent artists to be able to be proud of. So.
I love that, man. Love your journey. Like you said, we go way back. I would say more than a decade for sure.
Way over a decade.
Yeah, because I've been here for a decade now. Well, see, no, I've been here 11 years now. We knew each other before that, so it's definitely more than a decade.
2010?
Yeah, it's about 2010.
2009, 2010,
somewhere
like
in there. Yeah, definitely. When you were Stats 441.
That was me. That was me.
Definitely. Same thing, bro. Give us a little brief history on yourself.
Well, I've been an artist for about 10 years, just writing and getting stuff together for myself. And, I've been playing the streaming game for a while, never really, the highest I got was $70K, and money I made from that wasn't a lot. Yeah. And I had started a clothing line, and I was running that for about 2 years, and it was going all right. But then I met this dude about 3 months ago. Yeah. About 3 months ago. And then,
you're in good hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I just overheard him in a conversation talking about music. I'm like, hey, yo, you be in the studio? And then he was like, yeah. But I didn't want to come off as, yo, put me on, dog, put me on. I'm like, nah. I didn't want to come off as like that, because I'm like, I have a business mind. We can talk business and talk about money, because that's what matters. Definitely.
And the one thing I can say about Givenchy is not because we family and friends. He takes what he does very, very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Learns the ins and outs of it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing on the surface. So that's what I respect about him so much. And he puts artists in positions to win.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Understood. Well, thank you guys both for the introduction. But let's just dive in, real quickly also to you're the co-founder and the president of Street Legendz Records.
Yep.
You got the shirt on today?
This is the
oh, that's the brand. That's your brand.
That's my brand.
Where's my shirt at? I'm just messing with you.
Shirt is on the way.
We're going to definitely get you one.
Let's just start there first. Tell us about the Street Legendz Records.
So when I met with Q, like I said, he overheard me talking to somebody about another artist I was managing, and we just started, chopping it up. So we set up a meeting, and I'm thinking that I'm going into the meeting on I'm about to meet artist-manager relationship type of thing. And then we were just talking, and I had an idea probably about a couple months before speaking to him, because I spent the whole entire summer just pretty much doing a lot of studying when it comes to streaming and curators, and meeting with a lot of different playlisters, and meeting with a lot of, went to a couple of seminars and things like that, just to pretty much break down streaming. So I already had this kind of a thing sitting there dormant, didn't know exactly what to do with it, but I knew how to, I wanted to put the experience back into everything for the consumer.
Right.
Because right now it's pretty much music is go stream it, hit it. There's nothing, you can't touch it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And I grew up in an era where you could touch the music, you could touch the actual,
and I loved that
product
era
and things of that nature. So when he was telling me that he had a clothing line before, but he didn't know how to kind of balance doing the clothing line and the music, and he wanted to merge them, I was like, this is how I know things happen in divine time, and this is how I know that things happen for a reason. And
Facts.
people, he overheard that conversation for a reason.
Yeah.
Because now I was able to be like, you got to be joking, because I have the exact formula of how you can merge these two together and really move and not have to worry about, competing with everything else. You can create your own ecosystem, create your own community, and your community will take care of you. Because I always told him, I said, numbers will get you popular. Your community will give you a career.
And that is facts.
And so we just started chopping it up, and Street Legendz was an idea of his that he actually had. So we literally went ahead, started Street Legendz Records, but then we also created the brand Sheed, which stands for Still Hustle Each and Every Day, as the lead brand for him.
Yeah.
And we just been moving from there.
Look at y'all, just some entrepreneurs
Quickly.
out here getting
it happened
to
very
it.
fast
Listen, I'm proud of you guys, because there's people who will have them ideas for a very long time and they never act on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just stays an idea. You guys brought it to fruition in like 3 months or less.
Yeah.
Tell us your experience so far working with this guy over here.
Man, everything's been going really fast in a good way though. Being in the studio, just having me uncomfortable with the way I'm recording the songs.
Yeah.
And then I listen to it and I'm like, dang, that's hard. But it's been cool. It's been cool. He cool as a fan.
Nah, he is. And I've been in a few of his studio sessions, and he's one of the masters at being in a studio session. He understands the assignment.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And he's the type of person that will help you and critique you in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what every artist needs.
For sure.
Are you good with taking critiques?
I feel like I'm very well with taking critique.
So he's very good at taking critiques, but there was I always say that if the first studio session that I have with a lot of people, I always know that there's going to be a moment in the session where they're confused.
Okay.
Oh man.
And he had his moment where he was super confused.
I've had multiple.
And I was telling him to do one thing, and it was something with his voice, and he was just like, all right, okay, cool. And I could tell that he was very reluctant to do it, but that's what pulls a lot out of the artist anyway.
Yes.
Being uncomfortable. You go into any studio session and you stay comfortable, you're going to stay stagnant.
Facts.
So if you don't have anybody challenging you and pushing you to another level, because once he sent me his music, I told him right away, I said, I know exactly what we can do to make you, enhance you, and put you on a whole nother level.
Man.
And it's a small tweak. It's nothing that you think, it's not something that we have to change and do this. No, I want you to be you, because I want to work with you, because I'm working with you and the person that you presented to me. I don't want to work with nothing new. And I don't want to work with nothing that's fake. I want to work with the authentic you.
Yeah.
But this is how we can tweak that and make it. So he had his uncomfortable moment. But, as far as taking criticism, he now seeks it.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? This is what I'm working on. He'll send me records before we even go into a studio. He'll be like, man, I did this demo. And send the demo to me. What can we tweak on this? What can we do on this? What do you hear? So
I love that for you.
he seeks it now.
I appreciate it.
I love that for you. And I tell people all the time, the only time we should ever get comfortable is being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
That is it.
Right.
We have to step outside of our comfort zone. We have to be okay with being uncomfortable, because like you said, otherwise we stay stagnant.
Yeah, we don't grow.
We don't grow. We just sit there and, we might not decrease, but we sure aren't going to elevate either.
Fact.
The goal is to elevate. How long have you been recording professionally as a music artist?
All right, so my first real studio session, I would say, is about a few years ago.
Okay.
But after getting in the studio with him and seeing the studio and the guy we was working with, I'm like, bro, I ain't did nothing.
Takes the right people.
It does take the right people.
Did you come to Georgia with your music on your mind? I want to go to Georgia, or was there another reason?
Well, I've been in Georgia all my life.
Oh, okay.
Music wasn't the first thing.
So you grew up in Gainesville, born and raised. Understood. Okay.
Gainesville, Georgia.
He's Florida, come to Georgia. You ever want to come to the Atlanta area?
Yeah, I be down there all the time now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even live in Gainesville no more now. Like,
Oh, you out here this way now?
yeah, I'm out here in,
okay.
around Atlanta now, but I do still visit. I got family down there.
Yeah.
But
It's not that far, so that's good.
it's not too far
Yeah.
with no traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's also dive in and talk about Label Runners Management. That's the management company. When was that established?
I established that in 2022, February 2022.
Okay, so it's almost 2.5-ish years ago.
Yeah, it's 2.5. But I actually did it. Label Runners was supposed to be the liaison between independent labels and financial services. So people who would actually do your accounting services and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
I was setting it up to help labels get to those entities to make sure that their taxes and everything were done right.
Yeah.
It turned more so into a management company because my brother who passed away, he was the one who always wanted to own a label or companies like that. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do music.
Yeah.
But I kind of pretty much, did that in his honor, and it pretty much took off for me. And I was more successful in that than I ever was as an artist as soon as I did that. So like I said, everything happens for a reason.
Facts.
And when I did that, it kind of, enhanced, which is the reason why me and him met. He was doing a meeting with Label Runners for management, and we just turned it into a whole new thing. So Label Runners is still a thing, and I still, of course, have artists that I represent.
Yeah.
But right now, we Street Legendz right now.
I love that.
Worried about that.
Definitely. Would you say, though, that establishing Label Runners as a management company really solidified the fact that this is what I do?
100%.
Yeah.
I have more of a knack of being and getting more satisfaction from seeing the artists excel way more than I ever did as an artist myself. And I always said I wanted to be the manager that I wanted.
Yeah.
But like I said, you pushed me into that. That's your fault. You just seeing you move with artists and then you having a knack for talent and understanding it. Like I think I had that too. So, and
I respect you for sticking with it, because I'll be honest, for a minute, it was a passion for me, but I lost that. Not because of anybody I worked with. I think it was because I got so busy doing this.
That was a headache.
That I felt, no, not at all. No. Honestly, I think you're one of the only artists that me and Okarike still talk, but there's a couple others that I don't even really converse with anymore.
Right.
But, no shade, but it just happens.
Right.
But I think it's because I got so focused on this that I felt like I couldn't dedicate enough time to manage an artist, because as you know, it takes a lot of time to dedicate yourself to manage an artist's entire career.
Yeah, because you become a therapist. You become their therapist. You become their first line of defense. You become the person who's very invested in their life. They almost become a part of your family and
100%.
vice versa. So, it takes a lot. But like I said, I'm pretty built for that. I did it also too because as a songwriter, I didn't like playing a political game. So I was like, I'm going to find my own artist and put my records on my own artist. So they're going to have to hear them. And then that literally got me in other rooms, and it just worked. It just worked out.
Are you going to still continue, though, to record and create music?
I stopped recording for myself
Yeah.
a few years ago, probably around the time where I was really coming up with Label Runners and everything like that. It just didn't excite me anymore.
Understood.
The last person that put me on stage was you.
Yeah, really?
Yes. I actually did a show with you, and that was the last time. But I always said, if I get on stage and I don't feel those butterflies, but I told my mom that at 10. I said, if the day that I don't do it, then I'm going to move on to something else. And I'm cool with that. A lot of people go into management, promoter, all of this extra stuff because they can't make it.
Right.
I was okay with doing it, and you know what I'm saying? They do it and they're not really okay with it, or they don't have a passion for it.
Facts.
I have a genuine passion for working with artists and pushing artists, and like I said, it satisfies me way more than anything could as an artist. And then my goal was to get into songwriting more mainly anyway. So that was, it all works. It all works. I can be behind the scenes. I don't have to be in front of the camera. I'm cool with that.
You found your purpose.
Yeah, I definitely
You
did.
truly found your purpose, and like I'm with you too. That's why I think I enjoy doing what I do, because I like giving people a platform to shine. It's way bigger than me.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest, when I moved over to this location, I was going to completely take myself off camera and just have it on the artist. But I put a poll on Instagram: should I stay in the interview or should I? And everybody's like, no, stay. So I was like, okay, because it's the same thing. I don't care about being on camera. It's not about me. It's bigger than me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you stand for as well.
Yeah.
100%. So let's just dive into the nitty gritty, because you got this, it's a new wave coming for artists to be able to actually get paid directly, direct to consumer type sales.
Right.
Tell us about it.
Off rip. So
Oh, I think you said offer up. I was like, hold on, what? That too.
So what I took some meetings with labels
Yes.
over the last year.
Okay.
And
Independent and major?
Major.
Major, okay.
Major. I would say independent major, because one was an independent signed to a major, so it was
Understood.
You know, but definitely I took a meeting with a few people, and having an artist that had a outreach of over 1 million got me in the door. But every time we got in the door, I just kept hearing them say, "Hey, what are your streams like? What are your streams like?" And I'm like, they're decent, but I understand how much it costs to actually put into streaming and to make things go. So hearing that, I was like, why is everybody talking about just streaming all the time? And I'm like, nobody even cares that the artist has created their own following and everything like that, and it's just about streaming. So when I started to, like I said, I took some time this summer to really just dial back and do some studying. And then I started realizing that everything is about market share.
Yeah.
And when you have your big three, like for instance, you have, of course, your big three, Warner, Sony, and Universal, are your big three, and everybody's competing for market share. Well, last year was the first year that independent as a collective did the most in the market share, and that could collect most of the market share. That also threw on a light in my head. So I was like wondering why they kept asking about streaming. Well, I realized that after 18 months, a song becomes catalog. So that goes into your catalog, and it helps you have a certain amount of streams. Well, they have deals with the streaming platforms that allows them to get paid out based off of what they got in the market share. 750 million streams gets you 1% of the market share. Independent artists don't even know that. But the amount of time, the amount of time and the amount of money that it would take for you as an independent artist to get those 750 million streams, to get 1% of the market share and get a payout, you're going to spend and expend more. Like you're going to, it's way too much on the artist.
Most artists will never see that in a lifetime.
Most artists will never see nothing. But then I start also doing more research and seeing that 80% of artists don't have 50 monthly listeners. 80% of artists, we're talking about globally.
That's facts.
That's a
because I look
thing. Right. So 80% of artists don't have that. And also 80% of artists, well, I think it's 90% of artists don't make $30 a year.
That's like
streaming.
a slap in the face.
$30 a year. So once like I said, I had an idea of trying to put the music together with the merch and everything like that. Met him when he had the clothing line and he had the music. I said, we're going to put those together.
Yeah.
To where now you're going to create your own following, your own ecosystem, and we're not chasing certain numbers. We're not chasing the numbers of what they want you to chase, because you got to think 1 million streams gets you $4,000, $3,000 to $4,000.
Insane.
That's predicated on you owning 100% of the record.
Yeah,
you don't own 100% of the record.
Right. Now there's, like you said, there's that split, that share.
Right.
Other people come into play.
And the amount of time that it takes for you to get paid out on that is, it's...
A lot of artists don't even own their production.
Exactly.
They get it off of YouTube. They don't even lease it.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, how do you expect to go up off of that?
So even when we're talking about the experience and saying that music is not tangible anymore, so I was like, what can we do to make this tangible for the consumer?
Yeah.
Give them the experience, because you know what the experience was like when on Tuesday you went and got the CD.
Yes.
And you had to get it, hold it in your hand, rip the plastic off, bust the seal on it.
Yes.
Look at it, open the booklet, see who did what, see the pictures in the book. It was an experience that you actually had opposed to now there is no experience.
That's facts.
There's no experience. There's no commercials promoting the music. There's nothing like that actually being done. So we decided that we take the music and the merch and merge them together.
Okay.
So now instead of me chasing, you can chase 1 million streams. I'm trying to chase my first 100 fans, and then my first 1,000, and then 5,000, and then 10,000, and grow from there. Because now, like I said, with the $30 thing, that hit me majorly, saying most artists don't make $30. Well, if I sell something that's at an average of $30 to 5 people, I've already more than doubled the average.
100%.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I've already more than doubled the average.
In a matter of probably minutes.
In a matter of minutes, right? So now we're talking, when we talk sales projections, because I said if I go sit down with the majors again, I'm not talking streams with them. I'm talking their language, which is money.
Yes.
Their language is money. So when they ask me how many streams you got, and I tell them 0, but my artist made $250,000 last year, what you're trying to present to me, you're going to have to throw some X's on that, because he already made that. Not only did he make that, the only person he owes is the IRS.
Right.
He doesn't owe you the IRS plus the interest that you want to tap on top of this. So you want to give him $250,000 on a $1.3 million deal, and now I have to pay the interest on top of that.
Man.
Said I'm not doing that. So I'll talk. The language is I'll talk to them about money.
Right.
And then I don't have to take anything from them if I don't need to.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I think most artists don't understand how to get out of the image of what the numbers look like, because some things is a false sense of success for these people.
Man.
And they're not talking about the money. These labels are talking about money. So now with Q, we said, okay, we're going to take your brand. We're going to create, on Street Legendz, we're going to create Sheed, which stands for Still Hustle Each and Every Day. And it's a play off of his name, because his name Que Rasheed.
Okay, I love it.
We actually took that, and we said, we're going to create that brand, and we're going to start releasing merch. But here's the thing. To get the music, you got to get the merch.
Man.
So if you go in and you purchase a Sheed shirt, it has a QR code on it.
Okay.
So every piece of merch has a QR code, so that'll take you straight to the music.
Where is the music going to be located? Do you have a website dedicated for that?
Website dedicated to it, landing page. Now, the first thing we did was we went and got an IT department.
Okay.
That's the first thing we did. We went and got IT. He does IT as well, but then we actually got another person who specializes in IT.
Yes.
That's the first thing we did. People, go get an IT department.
Yeah.
It's the way of the future. Like, you need somebody to be able to make sure that all of this stuff this is why we've been able to do it really fast.
Facts.
So between him and he does a whole lot, but between him and our IT guy, they've pretty much made everything to where it's an automated experience for the customer. So each song has its own group of merch. His first single has probably about how many, like
30 pieces of
30 pieces of merch on one song. So if you don't want the shirt, you can get the hoodie. If you don't want the hoodie, you can get the tumbler. If you don't want the tumbler, you can get the clock. Whatever you need, we actually have it for you.
I love
so
that.
It now creates, once again, the experience for the customer. So now if I want people to scan his shirt.
Yes.
Or scan the shirt, like just walking up to you, because now if 10 people scan that and then 30 people out of those 10 end up becoming new fans, that's cool. And plus we got your email address. So now we created our community and we can now, do drops, remarket. Hey, we're going to do a drop in the middle of the night, brand new song coming with brand new merch.
Yeah.
Now those fans are going to come. I don't care about 1 million streams. I care about the 100 people.
Man.
That are going to continuously.
That's that core fan base.
That core fan base. And then that's going to inflate. He already had an email list.
Okay.
And he just pretty much put out a teaser saying, so right now our sales projections are well above what we expect just for the first release.
Congratulations, you guys. That's amazing.
It's crazy.
So let me ask you this. If someone purchases, whether it be, like you said, a tumbler or a shirt, how do they receive the music? Does the MP3 get sent to them? Is that how it's going to work?
So the way I got it set up is when you first get to the website, you're going to see like a banner at the top of it. It'll be like, enter your email address to get the full experience.
Right.
So once they enter their email address and they purchase something, they're going to get an email. It's going to have basically just the logos of the business and stuff. And it's going to take them, if they click one of the logos, it'll show which one to click, and it'll take them to a landing page with the song, and it's going to be a video.
Okay.
And more merch on there too. That's not like on the website. But they won't be able to download it. But
they can stream it from there.
They can stream it from there.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can lock your phone. You can do whatever and still have it playing.
That is dope, man. Listen, that's a genius idea because honestly, I think the artists are now becoming hip to the fact that they need to get back to direct-to-consumer sales, because I know there's another company out there doing something similar right now, and we ain't gonna talk about them because it's about your shine right now. But they're not doing exactly what you're doing. It's different, but it's still that concept, and I see a lot of artists saying, you know what? Why would I not want to sell my music for $10 versus having to get millions of streams to see a little bit of payout? It's a slap in the face. Yeah. Even some of the majors are shying away from that, from what I see posts and stuff on Instagram, because these major artists invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into their music, and they're not even getting a return back. Like, they're making money more on, like you said, maybe selling merch or doing shows and stuff like that. The streaming game is like, it's a bittersweet because it gets you out to the world, but you're not getting paid enough for it. An artist cannot retire off of digital streaming.
They cannot. Nah. They cannot. But they will be able to retire off of whatever their fan base does. And like I said, this is also something that we stand so big on this part of it. This is not something we want to gatekeep, which is the reason why we're doing podcasts and interviews and you getting it first, right? We want to be able to have multiple people. And right now, y'all want to be on the right side of history.
Yes.
Because right now, in the climate of everything, it's a little bit shaky, a little bit different for independent artists. There's a major artist that just did a huge deal with a streaming company that is really going to affect a lot of things, because everybody once again is playing the catalog game. They're playing the catalog game, so it's a whole different ball game. And if you don't have the cachet or the catalog to really be able to create the buzz around yourself to really get to that point, you're going to be kind of dormant. So right now we want it to be where if you were to set up your whole entire infrastructure like this, and you set up yours and you set up yours, I can go to you now and be like, hey, let's do a drop together. Which one do you want to do? You want to do your platform or you want to do mine? Because once we do a drop on your platform, all the people who rock with me got to go put in their email address. Now you got access to those people too. And then we do a drop on mine, you got access to those. And then now we're splitting this. So now we're getting money 360 off of two different drops, one on your platform and one on my platform.
Becomes like a big network.
It becomes a big network, but now you have this person that you can rock with. You got this person that you can rock with. We have two other artists that we've already signed that has some things coming out. One of them has their own brand coming up under Sheed. And then you have another one who has their pretty much their merch line and their brand coming. That's Sheed branded merch. But then we also have another brand that we're launching in April under the whole entire model. So
you never have enough. We have to have multiple hustles.
You can never have enough. And we just had a meeting yesterday with an established record company about switching their whole entire infrastructure over, because we have it set up now too, and have a whole team in place to be able to not only set up all of the stuff like that with your automation, your landing page, your website and everything. We'll set up your LLC or your S Corp or whatever for you. And we'll make sure that it's renewed for the first 2 years.
Man, that is beautiful, because you're coming to them with something that's already established and something you can show them. Like you said, you've got the team, the website is built. Let me ask you this, and maybe it's something you have or have not thought of. Once you get the artist positioned correctly, they're coming in, do you think at some point in time you may open it up to people like a podcaster who maybe wants to put exclusive content on the site? I sell merch and they can only see my exclusive content if they purchase my merch.
That's exactly what it's set up for.
Man, I love that.
It's not like music is an avenue where a lot of people have, but you do have podcasters. You do have like right now also too, what we're doing is we shoot commercials, right? So instead of shooting a whole video and saying you need to watch this video for 5 minutes, the attention span of the consumer is this small. So we're shooting 30-second commercials because
short form content.
That's going to be like, number one, commercials don't go away. If you look 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, all the way up to now, the commercial is the number one way to actually get the product out there.
Period.
So we shoot commercials, and our marketing dollars go into promoting the commercial and promoting the song and that whole launch. But we're also talking to a couple of companies right now to do brand placements in our commercials. So they would actually be able to play. So I mean, pay us to get their products placed. So product placement in our commercials. That's another stream of revenue that like I said, that anybody can do, because this is something that you're going to have artists with bigger buzzes, and you're going to have artists that don't have as big of a buzz. You might have an artist with 20 fans. Those 20 fans can really make you more money than what you've ever been making.
Absolutely.
You may have somebody with thousands of fans or hundreds of thousands of fans, and then they can just go ahead and make millions, and you're not splitting this money with a whole bunch of other entities. You're getting this money directly. You don't have to wait on it. It is your money. And like I said, you're building your community and being able to tap into other people's communities. So yes, for a podcaster, that would be easy to do and set up that whole infrastructure for them to be able to do the same thing with their merch. And now you're pushing your merch. You got Industry's Most Wanted merch. You got TampaMystic Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Mystic ENT. Like, you have all of these things that you can actually promote. And now, as many people as you sit down with, hey, I got this exclusive interview with this person.
Exactly. That my wheels started turning when you're talking about it. Even like DJs could have maybe you can only get this show set or this mix that I did on this website. Go buy one of my shirts or whatever. Like, the sky is the limit. You could open it up.
But for DJs, and here, I'm glad you brought that up with DJs. What this does for the DJ is brings back the exclusive.
Man.
Where DJs had an exclusive record.
Right.
You could not get your hands on it. But if you got that brand new exclusive whoever record, all I have to do is go buy a piece of merch for it.
Exactly.
That merch can be from anywhere. Like I said, we do everything based off of average of $30, right? So if you're saying the average of $30, like I said, if you sold 3 things, then you've already pretty much reached the average. But we have things all the way down to about $5 to where you can actually do it, because everybody doesn't want to do it. But it has the same QR code on it, so if you pay the 30 or you pay the 5, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely, because people like incentives.
Yes.
People like incentives. If they're spending their money, they want to see something coming in. You don't go to Walmart and give them $100 and walk out empty-handed, right?
Yeah.
So, so it's the same thing. If they're like, okay, if I'm spending money on this merch, they get the shirt, but they're also, as a bonus, getting the music in exclusive.
In exclusive,
These DJs can take the songs that are exclusively on that website, put some mixes together or whatever, and maybe one of those artists might buy his shirt to get the mix that his song is in.
Or if they have a mixtape of exclusive thing, it brings back that, because your landing page can set up a whole entire playlist, so you can actually release an album, you can release a mixtape, you can release a EP, you can release 3 songs at once, you can release 1. It doesn't matter what you're actually releasing. Literally, the merch is the vessel to get the exclusive.
Right.
So now, not only are they getting the merch, they become your walking billboard, because so you're creating your billboards out there to walk around where you get that hoodie at, where you got that hat at. You know what I'm saying? Where did you get those socks at?
Right.
Like, it's a network that, like I said, that keeps going, but it's such a inclusive type of, idea to be able to work with everybody, where DJs can work with artists and do a drop with an artist and do a drop with a podcaster or anything like that. You can literally, the sky's the limit as far as what we're doing, because like I said, we have 30 pieces of merch that's ready to go for his first release, but we already have like his first 4 releases already ready to go. And then we have, of course, Asia Marquis. She has a whole brand that's actually coming. And then we have another artist that we signed named Mo Riot, that she's about to have a whole bunch of stuff, but she's like a 19-year-old pistol. So she has a whole different demographic that we can tap into.
Love it.
That is very inclusive with her. So it's a lot that goes that you can do pretty much.
Well, let me ask you this. So if an artist comes along and says, I want to exclusively release this single on your website, and they do that, after the fact, can they still put it on the digital platforms? Is there any stipulations in that?
Yeah, they can still release it.
Okay.
It'll just come off of our platform, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
So if they decide to go and put it on Spotify and stuff, you guys are going to pull it down off of your platform?
Yes.
Yeah, so like what we would do is, if you did a drop with us, because like I said, it's about the amount of money that you can make.
Understood.
If an artist said, hey, we want to do a drop, I don't necessarily want to set up my whole infrastructure like that, but I want to come do a drop with you guys. No problem. We'll do a drop, and then we'll probably, negotiate whether we're going to promote it as for like 90 days or 6 months or a year, whatever we need to do. After that time frame is up, and then that goes back to you, we will revert that master back to you so you can take it.
Understood. Absolutely.
Put it on streaming platforms if you want to,
And going back to what you said about advertising, I posted about it recently. I'm like, everybody knows McDonald's, but they still put advertisement out.
Yeah.
You still see billboards and TV commercials, even though everybody in the world knows who they are. So it's like, why would an artist not want to do that?
Yeah.
Some sort of commercial, short form content. So I'm glad you brought that up, because sometimes they need to hear it from more than one person.
Like, even with the video is now becomes exclusive.
Yes.
You know, so you can actually get the video to this song. Like, you can drop the song, you can drop the video to the song, but the commercial is what really promotes it. So every single drop that we do, it has a commercial, and we have like about 4 or 5 different commercials right now in production already.
Got you.
That we're getting ready to start launching when the
time
drops
comes.
come.
Yeah.
Do you have an official launch date for the website?
No, we don't.
Will it be in 2024? You think it's going to roll?
No, it'll be like within the next couple of weeks or so.
Okay. What is the official website name?
StreetLegendsRecords.com.
Okay, so that's where they can go, and then if they want to set up, maybe they don't quite understand how it all works, and maybe they don't see this interview, can they set up like a phone call with you guys, Zoom call, so you can kind of run them through the process? Or will you guys pre-record a video maybe and put it up there? This is how it goes.
Oh, no. Everybody gets their own meeting.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have it set up on the website to where like there's a tab. It's called Street Legendz Services.
You guys are gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can set up a 30-minute consultation with us.
Yeah.
And I have a link to our calendar, and you can just pick a day. And
I love that.
We'll talk.
And that's what a lot of these artists want, is just that simple, whether it's through Zoom or face to face, they want to know that you're a real legitimate person. I deal with that. Even though they can see my Instagram, they're like, can I get on the phone with you? They just want to talk to you to know it's real.
Yeah.
I've had people come on my TampaMystic page in my DM and say, how do I know it's you I'm talking to? I'm like, you're talking to me on my page. It wasn't hacked, you know?
It's very interactive. It's very interactive because, like I said, we, outside of the consultation, you decide that you want to move forward, and we set that up for you. Once we set it up for you, you get to speak to all of us, like the whole team, to really understand how this works, what this means, why you got this much storage, and why you got this much cloud space that you can store your masters and everything. And like, you have all of that, but we give you a full tutorial on how to run run it.
Love it.
But also too, we're also set up to where if you want us to run it for you, there's a monthly fee that you can actually pay us, and we'll run it and make sure that everything is done right for you as well.
Okay, so let's talk about that just a little bit, as much as you care to share at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. I come along. I want to register on your website. Is there an initial fee that they pay, or is it you guys take a percentage off the back end?
There is an initial fee.
Okay.
But we'll take like half of it, and then we'll take the other half whenever we're finished with the website.
So we ain't got to put a number out there, but we'll say it's $50, right?
Yeah.
I pay you your $50. At that point, any music and sales I make, do you guys take a portion
now,
or cut up that?
Are we talking about doing the drop from our platform or creating your platform?
No, like doing a drop from your platform.
Oh, if you're doing it from ours, then we take a percentage.
You take a percentage.
Okay, yeah, that's
if you're doing it from ours, then like we figure that the music is number one. The music is good.
Yes. It has to go through a screening process.
Yeah.
It has to go through. We would have to have a mutual interest in each other.
Understood.
We're not just going to say, hey, let's just do it, and we don't think that it's going to make any money.
I love that.
But if we have a mutual interest in it, and we're like, hey, I just want to do the drop, then we will negotiate, like I said, how long we're going to keep it up.
Yeah.
You're not signing everything, away to us, and you just don't have this option or whatever. We give you the wiggle room to have the option after the 90 days or after 6 months or after a year, however long you want to keep it up there.
Right.
And then while it's up there, we're the ones that's actually doing the marketing, putting the marketing dollars into your commercial,
yes,
making sure your commercial gets filmed. You pretty much is turnkey, so you don't have to do anything but still continue to promote yourself as an artist. We really treat you like an artist. We don't treat you like, you come in and now you got to pay for all of this. We take care of everything that we need to take care of as if you were our artist.
That is amazing.
Like it's not no, well, you're from the outside. No, we treat you like you are our artist.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you guys have thought about every scenario out there. Let me run this one past you.
Okay.
I'm an artist. I come along and I want to launch and do the drop on your site. Mm-hmm. I'm a lazy artist. I'm not promoting it. No dollars are coming in, right? I've had my music up there for a month and nobody's bought a shirt. What are you going to do in situations like that?
Well, we're going to put marketing dollars into you, to make sure that we're driving people to it. If you're just a lazy artist,
we're going to get a bigger percentage.
You know, we're just like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like nothing's guaranteed.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So nothing's guaranteed. It's the same way as if you are a franchise owner of a McDonald's and you don't really, you know, do anything. Like when people walk in there, it's just all trashy and messed up.
Right.
You're probably not going to make as much as the one down the street.
Facts.
So how do you promote yourself? How do you promote your brand? And also too, when we sit down, are we creating, you know, things that, and there going to be some learning curves that we'll actually have working with another artist.
Sure.
Because like, did we create the right merch? Because it might not necessarily be the music. It might not be what we're selling. We might not create the right thing for you
Correct.
right now. So we can go back to the drawing board and make sure that we're, you know, doing it. But when we do our sales projections and everything like that, it's based off of, are we creating the right products?
Yes.
Putting the right type of music out there. Just because you do the song, that song might not be the one that we might want to run with. You know what I'm saying? Because all the songs are exclusive. You can't bring us anything that you've already had out. Everything is exclusive. Everything is from the ground up. So if it takes us 2 or 3 songs to get you right, then it's going to take 2 or 3 songs to get it right.
Yeah.
And then just putting the right merch around it and doing the right promotion and doing the right marketing for you.
So everybody is really tailored to that particular artist.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it has to be. It can't be a one size fits all.
No.
Because every artist is different. They all have their own lane per se, or the type of music they put out.
Yeah.
Are you guys open to every genre of music?
So right now, it's more so, of course, it would be more so in the urban field.
Understood.
However, marketing is marketing, and the way the internet actually works, if somebody actually had a different genre, we are fully equipped to be able to run in that direction.
Facts, because some of these country artists out there are making money. You don't want to, hey, we ain't leaving no money on the table, right?
No.
Right.
So if it makes sense.
If it, like, it all has to make sense, but like I said, we're a record label.
Yes.
Our record label just has a different business model.
Right.
That is it.
Absolutely.
So we still try to make sure that you have the things that a record label would give you as far as the direction, A&R direction, making sure your music is right, making sure it's mastered, mixed, all of that stuff. We pretty much make sure that's all taken care of for you. But it depends on, like I said, a lot of times certain demographics might actually not line up, and then it's a conversation. Everything is a conversation.
Yeah.
If you come over here and you feel like we're not a good fit for you, by all means, we do not have to be a great fit for you. However, we can set up any genre's infrastructure.
There you go. You can set up their own infrastructure
and
for them.
you can now go create your whole entire thing. You get your own team, and then y'all can do it. We'll create it, set it up for you, make it all great for you. Yeah. So whether you come over here or not, whether this is the right place and label for you to work under, might not be, because we might not have the same resources that you want to create your own music.
Yes.
However, we do have the services where we can create your whole infrastructure for you.
I love that.
So it doesn't matter who comes to us. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Right, because some artists may want to stay so fully independent, but they want that infrastructure.
But that's what we want. Honestly, be honest with you, outside of the 2 artists that we have, I don't ever count him because he CEO of the company. I really don't count him as the 3rd artist, but he is the 3rd artist.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that we want them to set it up for themselves.
Yes.
I'd rather you set it up for yourself, because now it's better for me to do. It's cool to do a drop with you over here, but it's even cooler to do a drop with you over here and over there on yours, so we can, tap into each other's fan base.
So they can do it on both?
They can do, well, no, like we would do a drop. Like, say if we did a drop over here on this platform, and you did a feature with Q, or you did a feature with one of our artists, and then y'all did a drop over here, and then we also do one on your platform that we set up for you. Then now you got 2 records working, two sets of merch working. It'll be different merch for each one.
Got you.
And now you can end up selling 2 hoodies opposed to you selling 1, or 2 t-shirts opposed to you selling 1, because now you have both of them working at the same time, and you're just getting money on both ends. So we rather somebody set up their own. Outside of, like I said, outside of our artists that we have, we rather you set up your own and become your own boss.
Yeah.
Become your own boss, become your own label, and release when you want to, give your fans your deals that you want to give them, the merch that you want to give them, and everything like that. Like I said, I'd rather you set that up so it doesn't matter whether you are a country artist, rock artist, bluegrass. It don't matter what you are. The infrastructure itself allows you to be able to operate within your own confinement as far as what your fans want from you.
Do the same rules apply if they set up their own versus doing a drop with you? They set up their own, they release their music there. Can they go release on the digital platforms too, or are they restricted from it when they do it on their own platform?
That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So they have the freedom to do that if they do it on their own platform. So that's why some artists would be like, well, I want to do my own because I can drop it here and put it on the streaming platforms.
Yeah, the one thing I would tell artists though in that is that's very counterproductive.
Extremely.
Because this is set up specifically so you can have all the control.
Right.
If you tell me that this song is available on your platform and you tell me that it's available on Apple Music, you tell me that it's available on Spotify, which one do you think I'm going to go to? I'm going to go listen to it because I can keep my money.
Yes.
I'm gonna just go listen to it. So now that I heard it, you probably will have people that'll go listen to it and be like, I'm still gonna go support.
Right.
But the average consumer, if they can get it over here, I'm not going back over here to get something that incentivizes it. Like that's where I think artists have to get out of the mindset of saying, I just want it out here too. But if you are one of those artists that don't have many monthly listeners, I know artists right now sitting on majors that have over hundreds of thousands of monthly listeners. They broke right now. Are they pissed off? Are they mad that they're on the label right now? Or you just have people who are high streamers who still are not really making the money that they want to.
No, that is facts, and I agree with you.
It's about the money, y'all. It's not about the streams. It's not about the look of it. It's about the money. The one thing is to be able to move how you want to move in this industry and be able to do what you want to do. You need revenue.
Yes, 100%.
Capital. It's a very expensive business. So if you can create your own money and not have to give all of that money away, or have somebody tell you that your music is worth this amount of less than a penny,
fraction of a cent. Yeah.
If I'm telling you, if somebody can tell me that, and I know what I put into the record, I know what I had to pay for the record, I know what I had to put into the marketing and all of that stuff, and you tell me that this song is only worth less than a penny, a fraction of a penny, it's
a slap in the face, and it's like you said, it's very counterproductive. So if they were going to go the route putting on the platforms, probably put it up on their platform for maybe a year, get all the sales out, and then decide. But not initially.
Or when you move on to something new.
Or you move on to the next
record, then put it up. That's cool. Q like, nah, I'm keeping my here.
Nah.
And there will be some artists who will only keep it on that platform. And I listen, I agree with that. I was going to ask you another question. Now it went out my head. I don't know. I'll come back to it. Yeah. So the official launch will be in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Tell them one more time the website.
StreetLegendsRecords.com.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask you before I forget again. If they set up their own platform, is there like a monthly maintenance fee for you guys to kind of keep up with it? Or you said they established their own team to keep up with it?
Well, if they set up their own platform, that would be like their own team.
Yeah.
Unless they had us set it up for them. And then like I just showed them how to take care of it and maintenance it.
Yeah.
And they need me or something like that, give me a call and set it up and fix whatever problem there is, then that would be the only case. If they want to set it up themselves, I can tell them how to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can go run with it.
But you and I both know a lot of these artists aren't savvy, so they're going to pay you to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like most artists, I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of artists are lazy.
They don't even know how to send an email properly, let alone maintain a website.
And if they're late, like this, once again, this is for everybody. This is for the lazy artist.
Yes.
If you're the lazy artist and you want this whole entire thing set up, but you don't want to, drop, it doesn't matter. Nobody can tell you what music to drop. You don't have to chase anybody, because trust me, if you can be your authentic self, there's thousands of people going through the same thing that you're going through.
Right.
So now you can give them exactly what you want to give them. But if we set it up for you and we're the ones maintaining it, monthly, then yes, there is a monthly fee for us to
I love
maintain
that, though.
everything. But if not, and you just like you go with the tutorial and you good and you can run on your own, go run on your own. We want everybody to do it. It's not, like I said, this is not a gatekeeping type of thing. This is not a thing that we want to keep to ourselves.
Right.
The more people that does it, the better.
Yeah.
And we know that we're ahead of the game. So it's probably like, I would love to see what the projections look like in a 5-year span with this, and seeing how many artists actually go over to the direct to consumer thing, because it's going to be a lot, because there's a lot of things changing right now industry wide that's forcing a lot of the independent artists to go straight to their consumer and find your people. Like I said, this is what will sustain you for a longer period of time.
Facts.
Or if it doesn't sustain you for a longer period of time, this is what's going to make you more money than what you've made probably in the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because the business, honestly, is in a bad position right now. People are not making money. It's slow for everybody.
Yeah.
Big and I have been talking about it. Even for us, it's slower right now than it probably ever has been. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to have multiple hustles, multiple streams of income. One more thing I wanted to ask you, are you guys going to offer internal services? For example, an artist comes to you and they got a great record, but maybe it needs a better mix and master. Will you guys offer services where they can get that quality mix and master?
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that.
I love it. I love it. Because sometimes that's all it is. They might have a great record, they're a great artist, but they don't have an engineer that's getting their sound quality right.
Like I said, we can offer, there's a lot of services and a lot of things that we can offer that we've set ourselves up to be able to be there for the artist.
Graphic design.
All of that.
Yeah.
We got
love
all
it.
of that.
Man, you guys got it covered. That is dope. So we can anticipate in the next couple weeks for any artists that may see this promoted before it actually drops. How do they reach out to you guys to say, hey, I want to be one of the first ones to take advantage of this?
Well, you can hit me up directly on my Instagram. It's Que Rasheed. That's QUE_Rasheed, RASHEED.
Got you. Have you set up an Instagram for it yet?
Yeah, I got one for it. Mm-hmm.
So what's that Instagram as well?
It's Street Legendz.
Okay, just Street Legendz with a Z.
Yeah, with the Z.
So they can also go there, jump in your DM. Are you guys going to set up maybe a 800 number or something like that where they can call?
There's a phone number coming.
Yeah, that's in the works right now.
There's a phone number coming for it. Of course, you can hit me up, Givenchy Royal _ on Instagram, which is a very quicker way to get to me.
Yeah.
Or you can hit me at GivenchyRoyal@StreetLegends.com. And I can
That's true.
I love when people hit me on Instagram.
It's easier to, honestly, it's just easier to hit me on Instagram, but I do check my Street Legendz email a lot too. So
of course, I check my email probably every hour, sometimes multiple times an hour. But I tell people we are all glued to our social media.
Yeah.
And to me, it's easier because it allows you to respond when you have a moment.
Yeah.
You know, because like, for example, I'm sitting here, we've been interviewing for 51 minutes. If someone's trying to blow up my phone, I can't pick it up because I'm in the middle of an interview. But you send me a message, boom, it gives me time to get back to you when I have a breathing moment.
Right.
Because some of these artists be weird about that. They'll hit me, and because I don't respond in 30 minutes, they come back with all these question marks. I'm like, bro, I'm busy. Do you think I just sit here like this all day waiting for you to text me?
Yeah, facts.
Y'all are weird sometimes. That is dope, man. Listen, I love everything that you guys are doing. Congratulations. It's a big move. However, I can help to be a part of it. Maybe we can incorporate where they can get package deals and they can get an interview or something, because I work with another label situation where that's what they do when an artist, you know, it's not a label, but it's like a artist development program.
Yeah.
Part of their package, they get an interview with me. Not trying to throw me in the mix, but you know,
you can throw yourself in whatever mix.
Yeah, we can definitely work with it.
Because it makes sense, because when they sign up, they're like, okay, for this is a package you can get. It includes an interview. It includes this, you know, other services as well. So we could definitely talk about that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be great.
I would love that, because all these artists, that's a lot of what they're lacking is the marketing, promotions, and media exposure.
Yep.
They're not getting that.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do.
And like I said, the marketing, like what we're doing is we're putting the marketing dollars behind social media. We're putting the marketing dollars to make sure that this is in everybody's faces.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the main part. Like I said, the good thing about it, like how you were saying, is there a release date? The beautiful part about this is doesn't have to be.
Right.
It's one thing that you can actually pull the trigger on, and once you start doing the promotion and everything like that, it's live. Once we, like the day we release the commercial, everything is fully live. There's no coming soon. There's no, hey, this is going to be happening in a few weeks. No.
Yeah, no teasing. Like
no teasing.
You don't have to do that.
Dropping, like soon as we drop the commercial, once the commercial drop, if you see the commercial, it's live.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
I've had these conversations with artists, when we ain't gonna talk about digital streaming too much anymore, but when that was really a thing, I'm like, you don't have to do the whole just put it up there. Once it's up there, then tell people it's out.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because we know how these platforms work. Sometimes it's supposed to drop on the 3rd, but it might be the 6th, and now you're looking like a dummy promoting it, and it doesn't even release on that day. Go ahead and just get it uploaded there, and then promote that it's out. Definitely, especially. Truth be told, a lot of these independent artists, people ain't sitting around waiting for your music anyway.
Nah.
They're not like, oh, I can't wait till so-and-so drops,
But I can tell you this about you, what you are going to get. Every single one of our artists that drop, you're getting the interview.
Listen, that's what I want. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. And there are I'm sure you guys have pretty much got it covered. But if there's any ideas that I could think of, I'll definitely run it past you to see if it's something you guys have thought about. Absolutely, because this is the time for any artist or maybe even investors. Are you guys open to investors and stuff?
We're open to investors. Like I said, we're open to investors, branding partnerships. Just like I said, it's how much we can work together with somebody to get straight to the money. That's what we're doing right now.
Now is the time to get in. You want to anything new, you want to get in at the ground level.
On the right side of history.
Absolutely. People who got on board with Instagram when it was out 5 years already, you're behind the curve. That's how I was with TikTok. I got on there way too late. Now there's people who got billions of followers, and I got a couple thousand.
How I knew that we were on to something, there's a lot of people that's in the industry that I actually spoke to that are, whether they're A&Rs or just like really into it. Everybody I talked to, they were like, you on the
100%.
You're on a whole nother level right now as far as what you're doing, and this is something that is kind of foolproof for artists to be able to do. So maybe I can even position myself. I'm already putting myself in there to kind of be like almost an A&R for you guys, because I know a bazillion artists. I know a bazillion artists. You ain't got to submit the resume. You ain't got to do that.
But it's like I could help bring artists your way. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of them that we discuss this. That's actually one of the questions I ask a lot in my interviews these days is about direct-to-consumer sales. And I've been putting them on to somebody else, which I'm not going to do no more. I'm going to start putting them on to you guys.
Send them to us.
Because what you guys are doing the other company's doing something great, but it's different than what you guys are doing.
Right.
There's nobody out here, to my knowledge, that's doing what you guys.
Exactly what we do.
Nobody.
And we're the only one. Like I said, the biggest part that I take the most pride in is, even though we're the first people that are really doing exactly what we're saying, because that's what, even like I said, industry people, they're just like, I ain't heard nobody doing this.
Nobody is.
We literally want everybody to do it. Like, we don't want it to just be us. We love that it's us first, but we want it to be everybody, and go get the money. There's so much money out here for us to get. Go get the money yourself. And be set up and be independent and be strong. And then when you create the buzz, you can go to the labels, but now you go to the labels and talk to them about money.
Yes.
Don't go to them talking about what they want to talk to, how you make them money. You go to them saying that I've already made this much money, so you can't just give me whatever you want to give me.
And then, like, on top of that, though, like, it really changes the experience for the consumer. Like, because I already got people that are super excited, that are waiting for the drop. And I showed them the pages. They're like, yo, this is crazy. I can't wait. And it just makes the consumer experience
absolutely
way better.
And not to mention them streams can be bought.
They can.
And they're fake.
They can.
You can't fake your sales. Will they get like access on their website to show them like they're running 30-day sales?
You'll be able to see everything.
You can't fake that.
No.
You can't.
Unless you're going in there buying it all yourself, which would be ridiculous.
Which would be ridiculous.
But truth be told, a lot of these artists, you and I, we all know that it's fake. It's a facade. Even the labels are doing it.
Yeah.
I told another artist, I asked the artist, I said, do you want to show or do you want to spend?
Man.
Which one do you want to do? You want to show or you want to spend? If you want to show and be able to show all these numbers, you can buy the numbers to show.
Man.
You can fabricate everything to show it. Or do you want to spend the money? You have to make the money to be able to spend it.
Right.
So just because you can show it doesn't necessarily mean that you have it to spend.
Facts.
And now we're creating a way for artists to be able to spend instead of showing.
And you know what else is so dope? a lot of these artists that I sit down with, I will say it's a high number, maybe 7 out of 10 already have their own merch, or it's on their radar to develop their merch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This would be a huge enhancement to be able to sell what.
Thank you.
Man, that is genius.
If you already have your own merch,
Even better.
You're even better. You're ahead of the game. But like I said, we make sure that you have the right. We also cut down everything that we do. We don't have to really have a whole bunch of, unless we doing an appearance or something like that, then we'll have merch on hand.
Yeah.
Outside of that, everything that we do is
Print on demand.
print on demand, and then now they order it. So if you have fans that are overseas and things like that, it's a lot easier to be able to get to them.
They ain't even got to touch
They
it.
ain't even got to touch it. So that's a beautiful thing. And now also too, like I said, you kind of know who your fans are, opposed to just saying you're streaming this much in New York, you're streaming this much in LA, and you don't really. There's no way to really pinpoint that of who's actually buying this. But if you know your community is spending money with you, then you can. It's
You know who's spending.
Absolutely.
90% of the battle.
One last question. So if I'm an artist and I come to you and I don't already have a merch brand developed, is that something you guys are going to help them out with as well?
Yeah, we can definitely work with you and figure out like what would make the most sense to sell, and we can design it for you.
The
and get that
logo
set
and
up.
all that.
Yeah.
That
all
is
of that.
fire.
All that. Mhm.
What colors they want. You know,
all
like you
of that.
said, if it's a female, she might want this. If it's a male, he might want this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I love that.
We'll design it for you and sit down with you to design it. It's not like we'll say, hey, this is what you're doing. Sit down with you, come up with it, make sure that everybody is in agreement on it, and then we go ahead and start doing your drop from there.
Is there a max amount of merch that they can offer per release, like 15 pieces or 10 pieces, or is it?
I mean, I really wouldn't go over like 30, truthfully.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to give too many options, because
Right.
then it's just like you're in Walmart, like, I didn't come with a list.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do,
Then they might get frustrated and just leave.
and just leave. Yeah.
So now you narrow it down. They got 10 options. It's either going to be a trucker hat, a bucket hat, a hoodie, whatever. Make
And
it
like
simple.
if you do something like 10, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Something like that is 10, but you want to not only give people options, but you want to give them pricing options. Because I might not be
Absolutely.
able to spend the hoodie money with you, but I can get this T-shirt from you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's where the whole, like I said, the average of $30, like we say about the average of each sale is about $30
Yeah.
because it
which
can
is
vary.
affordable.
Which is so affordable.
Yeah.
So everything is affordable. Like I said, everything is, it's just straight it's direct to consumer. There's no other way to really say it. This is the one way that you can really go direct to consumer. And like I said, if you already have a merch line, you're already there, but you don't have to say, hey, go stream and go buy. Go stream. It's like, no, go buy. And then you got it all. And then now
100%.
you make yourself even more exclusive.
If somebody comes to you, I'm coming up with more and more questions. Sorry.
good.
If someone comes to you and they already have their merch line established and they've already got a website for it, they come to you guys maybe solely for the purpose to help push their merch versus their music. Because there might be some artists that are like, the music part, I want to push my merch.
Yeah.
And they already have their own website established. Can they still do a drop with you guys?
They can still do a drop with us. I mean, when they do the drop with us, it's not going to be
As
on
long as the
streaming
music's not on the digital platforms, but they can have their own merch website set up in conjunction with Drop With You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the main thing is not having it on the streaming platforms.
Understood.
because it makes it more exclusive.
And
I
like I
agree.
said, each piece of merch has the individual QR code to that release on it anyway. So it doesn't matter what it is. If it was this cup right here, you have a QR code to be able to scan it to actually get to it. So if you came to us with just merch and did it, the partnership would have to be more so like, hey, if you're not the artist, but you just have the merch and you want to do that, can we partner with one of our artists, or can we go get an artist to partner with to do this with
That's
you?
a great idea.
You know what I'm saying? So now when they buy your hoodie, this version of it is going to have an exclusive song from this person or anything like that.
So clothing brands essentially can do drops with you and not be a music artist.
Absolutely.
That is dope, man.
Absolutely.
You're gonna make me start a clothing brand.
But what I'm saying, like with you having,
I'm so
like,
serious.
like
No,
you're
definitely.
like just your brand alone, right? If we did something with you, it would be like, hey, let's do a drop with you. So what type of record would you want? Do you want R&B? Do you want rap? Do
Right.
you want what do you want? And we'll go ahead and pair it together, and then they'll have it. And then now you
love
can
that.
actually go, and then you're getting, when you do the drop like that, you're gonna get the higher percentage. We take the lower percentage
I
because
love
we
that.
own the company. Like, so we'll take the lower percentage. You'll take the higher percentage and a very, very fair high percentage at that.
You have nothing to lose.
You have nothing to lose. So now with that drop, I mean, at the end of the day, once again, you having a brand that you have 100 people buy this on an average of whatever you drop.
Listen, I'm so serious. I absolutely. And the thing is, you know, it's something I've thought about, and I always try to put myself, and I talk to artists about this as well.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself in the consumer shoes. Would you wear that?
Right.
A man's not going to want to walk around with another man's face on his chest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because some of these artists, they'll come out with a shirt that's got their face on it. Most men aren't going to wear that. Right. You got to come up with a brand that you would want. That put yourself. Would you buy that?
Yeah.
You know, and you guys have done that right here.
And like I said, it's called Street Legendz. The Street Legendz thing, I understand where he started it, but it really is, everybody is a street legend in their own right.
100%.
So we're dealing with a whole bunch of street legends. We're dealing with a whole bunch of people that are trying to become legends in this. So that's what, like I said, it's all inclusive, and it's so endless to where it doesn't overwhelm anybody else, because once it's on the website and then you're promoting it, we're promoting it, we shot the commercial for it, we're doing all of this stuff for it, and then we're really pushing this commercial, we're really pushing the content, multiple content around it, and now we're using that to promote whatever you're doing a drop with. So now everybody just goes there, buys it, and then now you get paid out.
It's truly like a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
Like literally a one-stop shop. I think it's a complete no-brainer for any artist out there or anybody that has their merch or maybe wants to start their merch. It is a complete no-brainer because a lot of people don't know where to start.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, do I go to Shopify? What do I do? No, they can come to you guys, and you guys will help them from the entire process.
Ground up, to where you're not just doing one drop, you know, and then not knowing where to go on the next thing. You literally have your infrastructure. Once it's set up, you're good. It's probably the best money that you would spend ever on your career to set it up.
I agree.
Because it literally puts you on rails and you just run on your own.
Yeah.
Stop buying the BS nonsense that you know you don't need and invest it in your career, because a lot of these artists make excuses. They don't have money, but they always have money for something to smoke on or something to drink or whatever. And it's like, come on, bruh. I can't take someone like that seriously.
But this also separates the real from the fake when it comes to who really wants to do this. Because at the end of the day, like you said, you really can't hide behind. The beautiful part is it's not on display. Yeah. But it'll hit you, it'll sting you a lot more when you know, dang, I ain't really sell nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's going to hit you, but at the same time, it's going to separate for the people who really want to get out there and really work. If you're showing up to a conference or anything like that, to a panel, and you're really promoting all your stuff, now you're promoting everything with the QR code on it, and you're driving people to your merch, and you're driving people to wherever you want to do. He knows when he performs, he's going to have a big QR code behind him.
Facts. Yep.
So everybody can sell it. But the night of the show, we're like, hey, we're doing a special drop tonight that's 30% off tonight, but it's for an exclusive song, and it's just for y'all tonight. Stuff like that. So
that's
now when they actually scan it, they're going to get an exclusive thing for them that night.
I love it.
They're the only ones with it. And we could take that song and do whatever we want to do with it, because we're doing all of our songs we're submitting every song that we have for sync licensing and things like that. So it's just money that we're trying to get from every angle. But you can be so creative with this, y'all.
Man,
y'all want to talk about creativity?
That's
you can
what I'm
be super
saying.
creative with this, because you can sell everything, anything that you want to sell. You can sell it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much. The world is for sale.
That is facts.
The world is for sale.
Absolutely.
So you might as well get a piece of it right now.
Once you do the official drop, you guys will have like commercials and stuff available. You could send me so I can post it and
of course.
Awesome. That is amazing, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Listen,
It started with that guy. It started with that guy, Que Rasheed. And now here's the thing, but this dude, music wise, dude is crazy.
Send me your single, the MP3 version of it, only so I can add it into radio rotation.
Oh no, okay, definitely. That's another thing. DJs, everybody, y'all still get the music, and it's like it's not off limits. Like we're not gonna make the DJs, the media people, they still get the exclusive music. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is about promotion and marketing or whatever. Right. So you would still have it.
So that's another service, because like, for example, I'm going on and on and on, but
You're good.
a lot of artists come to me and they want to service their song to the DJs. This could be similar to that.
Yep.
So you guys will give maybe an exclusive login to the DJs for them to go on there and browse the music, and if they want the MP3, you can send it to them. Have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, we could definitely do that. If a DJ reaches out and they like, hey, we want that exclusive record, so they could spin it, in the club or anything like that, of course they can have it.
Yeah.
That's not off limit. It's more so the consumer and the fans that you have. Those are the people who are actually going to.
And to piggyback off that, there is a tab on the website. It's going to have the music. It's going to have like a preview of it.
Oh, okay. So like a 15 seconds or whatever, something like that.
So like that's for the fans
so
too.
they can browse. Oh, that's good. So they might stumble across someone else's music that they didn't even initially come there for.
Exactly.
But like, oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead. That is dope, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Anything else that the people need? I think we covered a lot today. Thank you for allowing me to dig in a little bit and ask so many questions. But have you guys, or anything else that we didn't cover that they need to know about?
Yeah, please be on the lookout for Que Rasheed. That's all I can.
Facts. Tell them one more time your personal and business social media.
Que Rasheed is QUE_Rasheed, and business is Street Legendz, like Street_Legends with a Z at the end, and my email is QUE like Q at streetlegendz.com.
Love it. Definitely. Givenchy?
Givenchy Royal _
Spell that for them just in case.
GIVENCHYROYAL _ on Instagram. And like I said, you can do Givenchy Royal at streetlegendz.com.
And are you going to be selling the Sheed merch as well?
You'll see. We're gonna send you that. So it's a whole bunch of Sheed merch.
Yeah,
like
it's
this shirt is on there. This shirt and probably what?
We got the three main colors are black, red, and white.
Yeah.
So
which I love that. You see what that's my main colors.
So you got this
Can't
shirt.
go wrong with that.
But you have so many different versions of it. Like there's like, when y'all see the merch, y'all gonna see that we give everybody options, even down to if you want just a plain shirt.
I love it.
We give you so many different options to run with when it comes to the whole brand itself. So,
and that brand right there is the prime example of what I was talking about. That's something that other people would want to buy and wear.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I came up with it, just the designs of it with just like trial and error, because like I had a clothing line before, and I saw what didn't sell and what did sell. And I didn't want to put my face on a shirt.
Yeah, because just being realistic, people aren't going to buy that. Maybe a couple people will, but you're not going to make the sales that you would. And that looks sleek. It's not too busy. You can see what it says. Stuff like that is important because people have that quick attention span.
It's a very, very, very quick attention span. But like I said, that's what made me really kind of dive into wanting to do something like this, because everybody's attention span is moving at a mile a minute. So let's figure out how to reel people in, find out who's rocking with you and who's not, because it doesn't matter. Like, y'all, it don't matter if they not rocking with you. It don't matter.
That's facts.
It don't matter. Like if the people who are not rocking with you, it don't matter. And people get too caught up in trying to impress the people that are not rocking with them, opposed to paying attention to who's around them, who really rocks with them, who really does support them.
Yes.
Those are the people that matter, and those are the people that's going to take you to the next level. It's
100%.
not going to be anybody that does not like you. If they don't like you, they just don't like you. The urge to be liked by everybody, you better get over it, because that ain't life.
That is never going to exist, because no matter what you do in life, no matter if you go from this to this, people are going to not like this, and people are not going to like this. They're not going to like anything. That's just, like you said, it's life.
Yeah.
It's life.
Hey, we can't please everybody, nor should we try.
Nah.
Right.
I got one last question for you guys when we get up out of here. Of course, I got to ask you this, man. Where are we at?
Industries.
Big industry's most wanted, not the little one.
Wanted.
What makes you the industry's most wanted?
Because we created this.
Yeah.
Right now, we the industry's most wanted because we're the only ones that's really trying to, share what we've created instantly with everybody. From day one, we want to share it with everybody. So we the industry's most wanted right now because we got the key to the future.
Yeah.
I love it.
100%.
What do you want to add to that?
I think we're the industry's most wanted because we'll be the industry's most hated.
Gang. That is dope. Listen, I appreciate both you guys. Is there anybody maybe on your team that's not here that you want to show some love to and shout out to?
Asia Marquis.
And Mo Riot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gaston, yeah.
Gaston, that's our IT guy.
He sounds like an IT guy. That is dope. Again, thank you both for being here today. It's been a pleasure. You know, we logged in for a lifetime anyway.
Already.
Anytime you call me, we're going to make it happen.
And even more now, so.
Facts, absolutely. I'm excited to work with you guys and build with you guys on this,
absolutely.
Definitely. 100%. We up out of here, y'all.
Appreciate you.
All I ever felt was the rain falling, shivering and walking through the burnt targets. Niggas talking, niggas plotting.